Wait a Fashion Minute. It's Linda here from Linda Page, and if we haven't met, I hope that we do one day. And if you want to learn more about who we are and what we stand for, you're welcome to go to www.lindapaige.com. Meet Thelma. You can see one of the things we stand for is we love our bodies. We do not compare ourselves to other women. We work on being ourselves and on getting up, dressing up, and being a bold light on a hill. Why? Because we're out of time. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. You don't have to be red carpet ready, dripping in bling and Louboutin heels to be a woman of style. No, style is a mindset. But here's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about time and why it's about time that we get up, dress up, and live our lives like that bold light on a hill that we say we want to be. That we like to preach and profess that we are princesses and kings and queens in the marketplace. Yet, what are we wearing? What are we saying? Are we playing the comparison game? Are we on the wrong playground in terms of, really the people we're keeping company with, or the community that we are plugging into and being mentored by and being influenced by and all of that stuff? Like, that. I mean, we all know the basics. And this is part of my conversation with you today is this Fashion 15, 15 minutes of a fashion fix, or whatever you want to call it, is how I want to share with you the one thing that separates perhaps where you are now from where you want to be. As a woman, no longer waiting for the wait. As a woman who gets up, dresses up, and lives a beautiful, bold, confident life. As a woman who is not dressing down, blending into the background. As a woman who is not holding back because she has bought into the fact that she's shy, because shy is a lie. But you want to get up, dress up, and be free to enjoy your beauty and enjoy your marriage or enjoy your life, enjoy your career. Then there is one thing that stands between you and being that woman. It's the one thing that, in my experience working with women for a long time, and I love what I do. I love that I get to work with women of all ages and professions and stages of life all over the world. There's one thing that most women are hard pressed to give, and it's true for men as well, and that's time. They might say, oh, it's a money issue, or they might say, no, it's actually not. It's actually not. It's time. I have found that women who stay the same, but say they want to move forward, they say they want to be bold and beautiful and confident and be free to enjoy their spirit of beauty and live the life that they know they've got more potential to live, I have found that many of them are not willing to invest the time. Money is easy to find. Money you can make, money you can save, but time, our most precious gift that we are given freely, is the one thing that we won't give. Why? Think about that for a minute. Think about where you are right now. Maybe you're wanting to achieve something, whether it's something professional, or maybe whether it's something personal, or in your parenting, or in a relationship, whatever it is, financially. The people who really understand that to increase your value is to increase your skill set, because your skills produce new value. The people who understand that first make a commitment of time. Then they say, okay, whether they think they have the money or not, they will say, if people who are committed say, I will find the money, I'll make a plan, I'll make a way. But people who are like, yeah, they're curious, they're not serious, they're like, yeah, they're still going to think about it, pray about it, journal about it, come back to you about it. Those people are not serious. So what they're saying is not lining up with what they're doing. When you get to the stage when you are prepared to commit your time, and it doesn't have to be a lot of time. Sometimes investing 2 hours a week can get you new skills in an amazing amount of time. Sometimes investing just 60 minutes a week or on a weekend is going to teach you a crazy amount of new skills and value that will help you to launch a whole new business. So, but it depends on how serious you are, on whether or not you're going to give your time. Your time is given freely to you. Will you give freely of your time to build up your skill set, to build up that which is of value to bring to the world? Because that's in your DNA, is to bring something of value to the world. That's what you're wired for, is to be part of something that's meaningful and purposeful and beautiful and powerful and influential. That's what that means. To be a woman of substance means all of those things. Is to add value, to be influential, powerful, beautiful, charismatic, all of those things. And that's what you are. That's who you are. You are a woman of deep and in-depth substance. But if you don't think that way, well, like Henry Ford said, whether you think you are or not, whether you think you can or can't, you are right. But time is the one thing that I have found, well, men and women, but we're talking about women, and we're talking about style, and we're talking about fashion, we're talking about getting up and dressing up and being a bold light on a hill. If you don't know how to do that, if you don't know how to work with a capsule wardrobe, if you don't know where to find comfortable, affordable shoes for your teeny tiny feet, if you don't know where to start, then you need to invest your time. Of course, you need money as well. Anything of value is going to cost you money, time, and effort. Those three things: money, time, and effort. But if you're not going to give up your time to learn to go and play the piano, you're not going to learn to play the piano. So if you're not going to give up your time to learn maybe the things that I've learned that serve me well in style. Listen, when I was 17 years old and I went to work into the marketplace with no job, no home, no car, no money, no nothing, right? Nothing. The one skill that I had, I was the least educated. I was usually the youngest and usually the only female on certain projects. The least educated. The one thing that I had was I had recognized the power of personal style. I had looked at and studied people who were doing well in their 20s, in their 30s. And the one of a few common denominators, but one that really stood out to me, was how they dressed, is what they wore. And they were not dripping in Armani. They were not head-to-toe in Gucci or Prada or D&G, none of that. And I'm not a brand big high-end shopper either, never have been. But they dressed well. They were well put together. They learned that some way. They didn't have a stylist. They didn't have the money to have a stylist to dress them every single morning. Not the people that I hung out with, and still that I hang out with. So they just submitted themselves and invested their money, their time, and their effort in learning good style skills. How do you dress as a full-time, stay-at-home mom? What are you going to wear when you go for that interview? What do I first, wear when I go on a casual lunch date? And now it's a more formal dinner date. Now what do I wear? And this is a dating environment, and I'm doing online dating. How am I going to set myself apart? How am I going to dress beautifully and modern and modest? And because I want to be married and I want to be, a wife one day. What does that look like? How do you dress when you are handling other people's money? Oh my gosh, we've done a whole different segment on that, and I'm going to be doing more. You need to dress in a very specific way when you're talking about people's money. You cannot wear sexy, casual clothes when you're talking money. You're just not going to be taken seriously enough. You need to communicate power and strength and influence and confidence and trustworthiness, all of those things. But it's about time. It's about time that you and I rise up and get up, dress up, and be that bold light on a hill that this world so badly needs. It's about time that we stop criticizing our butts, our boobs, and our bellies because we are just not happy with what we've got. Yet we have built on what we've got. We ate it, we need to own it, and we can lose it. But there's no waiting for the wait. It's about time that we stop comparing ourselves to other women, that we play our game, and we play our best game and be the best version of ourselves that we can be. And that as we do that, we go out and uplift other women to do the same. It's about time that we raise our children, especially our girls, to be confident and creative through the gift that is fashion. We are wired for color. Check it out next time you wear something, red lipstick or something beautiful and creative or colorful. See what your little kids do or see what your teenagers say. It's about time that we raise our kids up to use fashion as a connector, as an opportunity to compliment and edify their friends and not be on the playground and learn from the age of 4 and 5, which is how young it starts, to being mean and to criticizing people who look different. It's about time that we take it seriously, that we take upon ourselves the calling that is on our shoulders to lead the way by example. It's about time that we take the focus off of ourselves because our natural DNA does not support a life of being self-focused and preoccupied with our low self-esteem. That's not how we're wired. That's not how we're designed. It's about time that we become others-centric. And that's one of the easiest ways to change your mind about how you feel about yourself. If how you feel about yourself is not good, or you don't like what you see in the mirror, start focusing on others. And start just saying, I love my body, which is what we do here at Linda Page. We've been doing it for years. It's powerful. It's really, really powerful. It's empowering. It's magnetic. And you lives have been changed. People have lost 18, 20, 22 pounds just from wearing t-shirts that say, I love my body, because what does it do? It changes the timeline of your mind. It changes everything. Going forward, like, we are the only species that can create our own future. Do you know that? What an amazing gift. What an amazing, incredible, unique creation gift that we can write our own story and live our lives the way that we want to live it. It's about time that we decide that if we want to really impact this world, that we don't worry about what we look like on camera. Listen, look at me. I am sweating here in beautiful sunny Africa, okay? My pixie hair is growing out. I'm wearing my little girl's Alice band. I don't care. I've still got some hot pink lipstick on. I'm still doing my work. I've got client calls to get to. I love what I do. It's not about worrying about how we come across. We're too focused on that. It's about time that we decide, okay, we are going to be the best version of ourselves. We don't have to, if these affirmations and these things all work for you, that's great. But it's about time we become more others-centric, and we shift the focus from ourselves off onto others, because that's what we're here for, is others. We love our Creator, love ourselves, and love others. It says love your neighbor as yourself. So you have to love yourself well. So get up, dress up, put your best foot forward, learn some skills as to how to do that if you don't have the skills, and then go out there and slay the day, or whatever it is that you go out to achieve. But it's about time. It's about time that you and I make the commitment to be smart about the gift of time that we have every day. We wake up every single morning to the gift of time. That's the first thing that I say when I wake up in the morning. Normally, I ask my husband, like, if he's around, I'm like, what's the time? What is the time? And he's normally up much earlier than me, and he'll come back upstairs, or if I hear him going out. But when I wake up, my first thought and my first prayer is, thank you, Lord, for another day. Thank you, because that means he's got a plan for me. That means that he has, there's purpose for me in this day. So it's up to me what I'm going to do with my day, right? It's about time that we start doing this. And if when it comes to your style or your skills or your beauty or your makeup or your hair or anything like that, just go and learn some skills. Don't use the excuse that you don't know how to shop, that you hate shopping. You don't hate shopping. You don't. You just suck at it, which is why you hate it. I don't like indoor 10-pin bowling. Why? Because I suck at it, because I haven't learned the game. I think it's one of the most boring pursuits on the planet. And don't send me hate mail if you love it, okay? It's just different. But if I invested the time, would I be good at it? Yeah, potentially. It just doesn't interest me. So, but I'm not going to use the time, the excuse to say, oh, that's a terrible game, I hate it. It's like, no, I suck at it, which is why I don't play it, which is why I don't enjoy it. So when it comes to shopping, you just hate it because you don't know where to go to find what, at what price, in what color, in what brand, and what's going to look good on you, and is it going to mix and match well with the other guys you got hanging in your closet. That's all. It's just a skill. It's just a skill. If I can learn how to dress well, and by the way, a lot of people are shocked when I tell them what my budget is. For years and years, currently it has been between $120 and $130 a month. That's what I spend on shopping, and I have got a closet bursting with options, with unique pieces from all over the world, and I'm very intentional about what I buy, and I make sure that when I buy it, I think like I know what to look for. I've trained my eye for years and years and years. It's now I've become to master my skill, but I have not arrived. I've not reached the zenith of my skill set, not by a long shot. I've still got lots of playing to do. But at the end of the day, it is about time. And if you're serious about being a woman of substance and a woman of style, then you need to make the decision that you're going to commit the time, the money, and the effort to get into a program that's going to help you to learn the skills, whether it's fashion or whether it's playing the drums. Make the decision to invest the time, because it's always a lot shorter than you think it's going to be. You're much smarter than you think that you are, and that skill set is always in a recipe format. Skill sets come that way. It's in a recipe format. The recipes just differ, but it's in a recipe format. So if I can get up, dress up, and be a bold light on a hill and receive compliments every single day based on what I wear and coach people to do the same, and have days like this where I've got very little, I've got no foundation on, my hair's up here, I'm sweating bullets, but I'm doing my work and I'm not worried about how I look on camera. I like to look good on camera, don't get me wrong. I love to look good on camera. I love to walk into a room and turn heads and for people to think, wow, like she looks amazing. I love that. That's not cocky, that's not vain. I work hard at that because I know that it makes me feel good, it makes me feel strong. But I also know when I catch someone's eye, I catch the opportunity to connect and to edify. Because fashion is a powerful, powerful connector and relationship builder. So, my friend, I leave you with that. Where are you on the topic of time?